Up, family? 78sports here. And just leave it at 78. Fuck it. But it's a response video to Big 78 about what happened to hip hop. Why not hear from somebody close to mid-range, the best of both worlds? Because I got an opportunity to hear the beginning of Future coming out. At the same damn time that shit. I had an opportunity to hear pretty much the end of Dr. Dre and The Chronic and all those great songs as well as that. So by me getting that much experience as far as with hip hop, I believe I could say a little bit. I'm qualified to say just a little bit, man. For me personally, I never really branched too much into the auto-tune and stuff like that. I feel like it was a way for rappers not to work hard. And also a way for you lyrically to be lazy. You see, I grew up enjoying rappers like, I loved old school hip hop. I love oldie but goodies, absolutely. But old school hip hop to me was the shit. I love Rakim, man. I loved Big Daddy Kane. Those were my guys, man. Big Jay-Z fan, man. Anything he ever put his hands on, I'm there. Cameron, the Dipset. I love Jim Jones. So just having to hear straight bars, Scarface and bars, straight bars. The freestyle Cassidy, love him to death, man. But absolutely, part and partial what he's saying, it is mixed with the the partaking within the drugs and mumble rap. What comes with that. I call it lazy hip hop. That's what I call it. It's half-ass. It's no different than, and it's just my personal opinion, than a motherfucker, you ordering a turkey club, a ham and turkey club, and somebody that gave you an exceptional amount of ham, the right amount of ham, one piece of turkey, and they got a piece of cheese linked off that motherfucker, and your sandwich is just sloppy, okay? That's what it is to me. So to the consumer, personally, at least I feel, it's just sloppy fucking music. A lot of this shit today, what we have is more of the underground rap, is radio rap, and the commercial songs and things like that is the underground shit. For example, Bobby Shmurda's Hot Nigga was a hit, sensational, but there was, it really wasn't a hook to that song at all. Along with a lot of other stuff that get out, 21 Savage, I can't really rock with it. As a young man, I never ever followed the trends of what everybody else was doing. I wasn't with the tattoo game or anything else like that. Now, I ain't gonna say at any point I didn't get caught up, because I did. But even in that span, I still had my own mind and way of things when it came to hip hop. I was heartbroken when the Dipset broke up, because I felt like that was something good for the culture. I was heartbroken when I found out that DMX had smoked crack, because he was one of the most solid rappers to me, and I can, through an emotional standpoint, I could feel him. I could feel the pain when he rapped, and I knew it was true. It was hardcore to the gut. I can't feel that when I hear this mumble rap today, because I feel like it's sloppy production, To have an opportunity, excuse me, the fucking plane flying over the top of my head. Alright, here we go. You see the shit right there. But to have an opportunity to hear a Nasir Jones, man, Nas rapping and spitting, and the ether joint going on back and forth, that was big time hip hop to me. I was just a young man. I actually worked in a barbershop sweeping hair. But at that particular point in time, man, hip hop was on fire. I was here to see Eminem walk through the door and hear this white boy tear this shit down, man. Effectively. Nasty. Okay? And he had no other choice. He wasn't gonna get no bump any otherwise. Crews like Do or Die and Twister. Love Twister. Styles P was one of my favorite rappers because he was hardcore, and he spoke to the emotional standards of what I felt like as a young man. And when I got an opportunity to hear the locks, and Jadakiss kind of so because that wasn't a lifestyle I really was living, talking about flashy cars and this and that and the third. I really, that's not anything that was substance to me. But when I heard the harsh stories that Styles P would tell raw and uncut, you know, as he rocked the mic, man, it kind of it puts you in a zone somewhere when you heard him rap this shit. You know, Styles P spoke to the troubled guy in the street that had to go get it by any means and wasn't on no pussy shit in any type of line, and not switching up your character and staying within you no matter how hard the times get, man. Being proud of that type of man that you are. And with all that being said, what happened to hip hop? I think that people got appreciated a lot more appreciative of half-assed product, and it came so rapidly and consistently that it was accepted. It's no different if you want to take boxing into account and how people will accept pity-pat fights and try to defend it. This is how people will defend hip-hop. Oh, that's my boy. Oh, you really ain't listening. You got to listen to him. It's hard to fucking listen to him because I can't understand. I'm used to getting some type of powerful message from hip-hop. Getting these strong deliveries from the Ghetto Boys and Scarface or Biggie and Tupac, you know? So when I hear this other shit, I'm not getting that type of message. Just there's no rhythm that moves me, man. I can understand Gucci Mane, okay? Some people can't, but I really can. There's some shit that he tears down. And the Southern flow is one of the best flows to me, period, because it gave me a different appreciation for hip hop. 8 Ball and MJG, T.I. and Young Jeezy, man, are two cats that stand out to me. And I say those two cats in particular because when it comes from Southern and really talking about the trap game and how the life was, you know, everything they brought, you know, coming through the door was straight raw. And it gave you a strong insight exactly how similar it is from different sides of the world, man, and how much it's not different at all. No matter how people try to depict the South of being slow or whatever, the South have a lot of serious rappers out there. Little John was a big asset. Little John and the East Side Boys was a big deal. If you were a person that went to clubs a lot, man, and you love the vibe of the club and being hyped and everything else, man, that was something big to me as well. The whole rock, man. Sorry, you keep seeing me going back and forth. I got to keep pausing because I got planes flying over my head. What? The whole rock, man. State Property. I love the Young Guns. They were nasty. I feel like they were going to be in a different place year to date based on what they did back in the day. Freeway, I thought he was phenomenal. You know, I still believe his first album was a classic. Philadelphia Freeway. Beanie Siegel, nasty coming out the door. I mean, the list goes on and on. Wu-Tang, you know. I mean, Ghostface Killer. Shit, well, I guess that falls in Wu-Tang. Redman, Busta Rhymes. But to add to what 78 said, which is so true, and I'm in my late 20s, right? A lot of the hip-hop today, it sounds too much similar. Everybody sounds the same. It's hard to pinpoint because everybody's copying off the same flow. So there's nothing really there that inspires me, that makes me want to really check these guys out. The radio is enough. And like he said, if this is a demonstration from the streets and what that shows as far as hip-hop, then we're really in fucking trouble. In big, serious fucking trouble. You can blame it on whatever you want to at the end of the day, but it is what it is. Whether some folks are doing their part or not. Me coming up living, despite a person's disabilities, you know, whatever he had a positive and a negative on, you always respected your OGs, whether you fuck with them or not. You might have thought they was a bitch at heart. You might have thought you were strong or tough, but you never challenged them when you disrespected them. You gave them their credit as credit due. Nowadays, what you see with the youth is young cats will go at this OG to earn stripes to take him out of position. You know, there is no type of line of what's the correct word? Authority. And what I mean by that is, at least me growing up, you know, you had the older cats, you respected the older cats, and even with the older cats, they didn't disrespect the youth at all. It wasn't about that. It was about schooling the youth and at least showing them something different if they have chose the wrong path. Nowadays, you get these older cats out here trying to date the same women as the younger folks, man, in the same spots as the younger folks, and misguided and misleading folks because their life has went on into a ball of fires and they don't have any plans for their life. You know, words are taken out of context. Everything that's said out here, a lot of things don't even have the same emphasis no more when you say it because people use it for the wrong reasons. I heard a guy get called a clown because he wouldn't give a person $5. You know, I heard somebody being called phony because he wouldn't let the other guy get some of his soda. All this is bullshit. You know, luckily for me, I grew up around a bunch of older heads, and the biggest thing you could do possibly in order to make yourself better in life is to go out here, get your own, make your own way. This is how you get your respect. That's how the credit and the stripes were given. How much can you earn and survive on your own without having some assistance? And when you did ask for help, the people that helped you and assist you were qualified to give you help, not folks just talking out of their ass that watched a movie and think they know what they're talking about. I don't know what the fuck that was, but shit. And that's just my portion of things and my perspective on pretty much what happened to the youth and hip hop is concerned. You know, I just feel like it's a lot of lazy rap and people don't put enough work in. Salute to the guys like J. Cole and Kendrick Lamar and the Wale's of the world, man. You know, all these guys out here in hip hop, man, that are still writing their material and coming strong to the table. And there is a chart that did show that J. Cole's album did do successful when it came out. So it's reaching some people in order to still speak hip hop and to rap hip hop. This is Santee. I'll holler at you. Y'all be safe now. In a minute.